Aston Villa deliver their best winning run for 111 years. How incredible is that? And Ollie Watkins had more than his say in that, Tim.
Yeah, it was crying out for Ollie Watkins. We said after watching the first half that they hadn't been in the game, but we felt like they was man v man at the back, leaving 2v2. And Marlon Buendia or Morgan Rogers, whoever it was who was highest up the field, just couldn't get away from the two centre-backs from Chelsea. So Ollie Watkins is all about pace, all about space in behind. And we just felt like they were just a little bit of composure, just the final pass short of opening up Chelsea. And that's what they did. And the manager, I said, trust Unai. You know, I thought the changes might come at half-time. They didn't. He picked the right time. They rode their luck early on in the second half. They could have gone behind further. And then he makes the three changes, and I think all of them affect the game. Onana was good, and here they are, all of them are. I think Sancho even keeps the ball better than most, but this was just as 2 minutes after either this one when they break.
And that's the thing, the composure, just finding that first ball to create the counter-attack. Yeah. That was the biggest difference in the Aston Villa team compared to the first half. They just couldn't get out. They couldn't find that composure and find that first ball. After they did that, you could see runners and confidence in the runners around the ball and creating chances.
Look how Ollie just occupies, just takes Chalobah away. You know, see, he keeps him away from the action. He times his run, his pass brilliantly. Kamara has to just get his foot underneath the ball there and dink it over the top of Sanchez. I think Ida Johnson would have scored that one all day long.
Of course he would have.
I wouldn't have gotten across the pitch.
No, it was brilliant. I mean, the impact, so inspired substitutions from the manager, of course, but the impact Ollie Watkins had, he then went on to score a second goal as well.
Yeah, and and this is the difference between Chelsea as well. If you see Badiashile trying to thread a ball through to the strikers, get caught out in possession, doesn't really give everything to give cover for his defensive teammates, and all of a sudden the game's just changed completely.
Yeah, I get a little bit of luck there. I think Onana just puts a front shield on. It's hard to get the ball past Onana. You know, they missed him in the first half. They can't get it over the top of him because he's such a giant of a man. I think if we saw that again, you'd see Ollie just change his body shape. When I think it was Tielemans gets the ball, he just offers it. He just says, come on, I'm here, just slide it in there. Gets a little bit of luck, of course he does. Gets a ricochet back on Sanchez, but he deserved it. I mean, he come on and he wanted to prove to the manager that I want to play every single minute of every game. You can't do that. Just trust the man. You saw after the scenes after, McGinn comes off the pitch, Buendia comes off the pitch. See how they're celebrating with their teammates. Normally, you're very disappointed when you come off it. They've got togetherness there because they're all playing part in this.
The difference in the substitutions as well, if you see the three that come on for Aston Villa and then the three players that come on for Chelsea, hardly had any impact on the game. While on Aston Villa's side, they changed the game completely for them.
But the manager, Unai Emery, has watched the first half.
He knew exactly.
In game, he knows exactly what changes are needed. I mean, you don't have to be Pep Guardiola to make them changes, but he had to make them, and he did. And he made them at the right time. But on the contrast, Seema, you look at when they lost it, Maresca never made the changes what he needed to make. He never saw it in game. I think that's experience. I think that's a calmness of a manager who's very experienced and been there and seen it and done it many, many times. And he never panicked, and he made the right changes at the right time. Enzo Maresca, unfortunately, didn't.
Is there an argument from Unai Emery's side as to why he didn't start those players? Why they have to get to that position for him to bring those players on to then come and make an impact?
I don't think we can argue with it. I mean, we've seen how many games they go behind. All he was saying in his interview there. Yeah. I mean, it's almost you're luring teams into a false sense of security, and all of a sudden they just put the A team on, or the finishers, what they call them these days.
They change the game.
And it changes it.
Yeah,
he is very astute. He knows how to change it, and he knows when to change it. And I think we have to give him credit for that. But you want to give him some criticism for not getting it right in the first place. That's very unfortunate.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm a tough crowd here. But you know what? They have picked up the most points from losing positions, and it was Ollie Watkins that scored a second goal, and this was his winning goal. Talk us through this one then, Ida.
Well, it's almost an easy goal for him because he doesn't get challenged. Ball comes into the box. Malagusto loses, seems to be defending Ollie Watkins, just takes a step forward. Malagusto is ball watching, and a free header into the far corner.
He just gives him a little nudge there.
A little nudge, which is enough, create the space for himself, and he has the ball in at the far post brilliantly, and the headlines were set up for him. Going back into, was he right? Was Unai Emery right or wrong not to start the three of them? maybe he was just absolutely right to bring him on at the time that he did.
Yeah, possibly. And actually, he was asked in that interview by Alex about the fact that he hasn't had the best goal-scoring season. He scored 5 now in 25 in all competitions, which is nowhere near where he would want to be. But just how much character has he shown to come in and actually make an impact when he's most needed, Ida? Because it can't be easy to have that pressure on your shoulders.
It's Ollie Watkins. He's known for his running off the ball. He's known for his speed and always being on the front foot. So that type of player knows he's going to create and get chances in every game that he plays. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go into the net. Sometimes they come off your shin and you're equalising at Stamford Bridge. That's just the details and margins of football.
But the togetherness of the group, you see them there celebrating together. But it's not just this season he's done that, Unai Emery. We've seen it with... Do you remember John Duran used to come out off the bench and he's scoring these goals? He's got a knack. And I mean it's a knack, and it's an art of man management to disappointed players who are not in the starting 11 to be able to manage them to come on with the determination and rolling their sleeves up to prove the manager that they can affect this football match. And that's why they become part of it. I mean, Buendia, let's have it right. Probably a year ago, we're thinking, well, there's no place for him. He come from Norwich, didn't really work out for him. He's persevered with him. He's stuck with him. He must have put his arm around him. He's given him the confidence. Everyone feels part of this group. Everyone in that squad feels a part of the family, and I think that's down to the man management of the manager.
It always does come from the top, doesn't it? Because both of you have been in title-winning sides before, and it always has to come from the manager, doesn't it?
It has to, and it has to transmit through the team. And then when the players realise what a special group that we have, then you become successful. Then you realise this guy is the manager for a reason. We're at this club for a reason. Now it's up to us to get that togetherness, have confidence in each other, almost get each other through difficult times, which they've had to do beginning of this season, and look at where they are now.
Yeah.
Why would we not talk about Aston Villa as title contenders?
Yeah.
I mean, no one would have done 2016 Leicester at this time of the season.
No, you're right.
Aston Villa is a much better or more capable of winning the title than Leicester were back in the day.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's just because it's not an Arsenal, it's not a Chelsea that we're talking about, or the bigger names, if you like.
And not only are they doing really well, we've seen that they've won 11 in a row in all competitions, but the points gained from losing positions, they've got the character to come back when things aren't going their way, which is a tool that you need if you're going to challenge, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the worst thing you can do is throw the towel in. I don't never see an Unai Emery side do that. I really don't. I just see him rolling the sleeves up. Then he comes into action and he makes the changes. He little tweaks from players on the bench there. He's got his analysis guys who sees there's a gap from space on the field from the opposition manager, and he goes and exploits it. And at the moment, he's playing a game of chess, and he's playing it very well.
He is indeed. So much praise for Unai Emery, and we'll continue the conversation about him on the other side of this break, because we will head straight.
Ollie, huge congratulations. 11 wins in a row now for Aston Villa, equalling a club record. 2 brilliant goals for you. Sum up your emotions.
Yeah, amazing win. You know, we've started very, very poorly in every away game. I think we seem to go a goal behind. Seems to be every match, but you know, we find momentum in the second half, and then we grow into the game, and then we start to cause problems. You know, I thought Chelsea were very good first half. They caused a lot of problems, but yeah, we dealt with their threat, and then we managed to, you know, get this win here, which is massive.
What an impact you had. 2 goals in 21 minutes. Talk me through both of them. Great header.
Yeah, there was, as soon as I come on, really, I could feel the game shift. There was the manager changed a few things, and you know, I found myself that I think they were going man for man, and you know, I like playing against teams when they do that. So yeah, I found myself getting some opportunities. Morgan found a great pass. I think a little bit of a heavy touch, but it managed to come off the keeper and fall back off my knee, I think it was. Can't remember, a bit of a blur, but yeah. And there was a lot more opportunities for us as well, you know. On the counter attack we were looking dangerous, so yeah, credit to the manager for changing it, but yeah, I think us boys brought a big impact off the bench.
I know it hasn't been a straightforward season for you, just your 4th and 5th goals of the season, but how much did they mean to you and for your confidence as well?
Yeah, I think obviously as a striker you go through waves and stuff like that. I've had a few niggles, and it's probably the first time in my career where I've had periods playing with injuries. So it is difficult to manage, but obviously I'm getting older now, so it's part of the game. And just keep going, because football can change very quickly. Come off the bench, score 2 goals, and then it gives you a boost of confidence. So I'm really happy with that, and I'll definitely going to score some more this season.
You mentioned it earlier, but 18 points from Villa's 39 points this season have come from losing positions. It can't be luck, that, can it? What does it say about the character of this team?
Yeah, I think I think it's, we just keep going, we keep playing our game, and like I say, we grow into the game, and then we cause problems. I feel like towards the end of the game, I don't know if it's down to fitness or something like that, but we do really seem to pick up momentum and cause problems, like I said. So hopefully we can stop doing that, conceding first, and just have a smooth sailing, clean sheet. But it's not always that easy. 3 points off top, could you? You know what? Like, it's very difficult. I think we got 20 games left or something like that. So we've done amazing to get to this point, but. We just have to keep focusing on the next game, that we've got Arsenal in a couple of days' time, which is always difficult away at the Emirates. They always cause problems. Again, a good team, so it's going to be difficult, but we just have to focus on ourselves and keep winning games, and keep increasing the gap between us and the team below us.
Well done today. It's happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
You.
Well, he might not want to talk about it, but we certainly do. I mean, he said if we're still talking about it, at match week 34 is when he said we'll talk about it.
It's a bit long.
It's a bit long. It's a bit far away. But really, they are genuinely in the conversation, are they not? And that game next against Arsenal is huge, Tim.
God, yeah, that's a big game. I mean, if they could beat Arsenal at the Emirates, you don't see them losing any of the games ahead of you, do you, after that? Because the confidence, what that would give them. They're in it. We said it at the beginning of the show, they're in it if they can keep their players fit. Pau Torres is a huge player for them. They need him back as quickly as possible. Will they go into the market in January? Possibly. I'm not sure. He's a man who wants to carry a big squad. Not everyone's going to be involved. He would only bring someone in if he's going to make a difference. Perhaps they're astute enough to have identified some players to be able to do that. Some loan players, possibly. He's got a big knowledge of players. He's running that club from top to bottom. And I think that's really important to the way the successes come.
Yeah, well, they're definitely an attractive club to want to go to for any player at the moment, aren't they? Well, let's head straight back to Stamford Bridge and hear from the Chelsea manager, Enzo Maresca.
Frustrating because I think for more than 1 hour we dominate the game. We score one, we could have scored another one, more than one, but then we conceded the goal and we lost a little bit of balance. And it's a difficult one, but we're gonna try to win the next one.
Obviously, Aston Villa are on fire, 12 wins in a row in all competitions. And to be fair, you guys played really well in the first half. And then if you have to take positives, I mean, as you said, you were like up for the game for the whole first half and then in the beginning of the second half. But then that terrible mistake turned the game over, didn't it?
Yeah, I think by the time they scored the first goal, we should be 2-0, 3-0 because we create many chances. But again, unfortunately, we conceded the goal, and from there the game changed a little bit.
So what's the aim for the rest of the season? Top 4?
The aim is to improve, as I said many times, game by game, and then we see at the end.
Very quickly, Ida, did they make top 4?